That we have the mayor is here. City Administrator Naomi Kelly's here. My favorite supervisor Katie Tang is here. Supervisor Norman Yee is here. We have great music from Josh Brody and Freddie Price. They're playing all your favorite dog hits. John Long is here with the three doggy heads, Manny, Mo, and Jack. We have Uloa School is here. We have local historian Diane Scott. It's a glorious day. Now, it wasn't quite such a glorious day, 2001 I think it was, when the Doggie Diner head fell down from his perch in front of the Carousel Burger. It was very sad. I remember standing out here with all wondering if that Scott broken-nosed dachshund would ever be back up here greeting us on Slope Boulevard. Well, thanks to some amazing community work and also amazing work by the expeditious at the time DPW head Mayor Lee, well now Mayor Lee, Ed Lee, the Doggie Diner head was restored and put back up at Slope Boulevard so it could greet all the commuters as they come out to the Pacific Ocean. So now, I guess like most celebrities, the Doggie Diner head had to get a little refreshing, a little work done. And thanks to the amazing plastic surgeons at DPW, it's looking quite glorious. So now, without further ado, I'd like to bring up the Doggie Diner head's best friend, Mayor Ed Lee.
Tammy, thank you very much. And I know this is dear to you, so it's just making a lot of people happy. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. This is where I like to spend my Valentine's Day, and we did so for many years after the falling of our Doggie Diner head and the responsibility that the city took up as an example of support for something that's part of our history, and that's really important. I know the Ocean Beach Historical Society is here today, and they appreciated what we did that time, and now John Law gets yet another great example of what we could do with the Doggie Diner heads that he's been responsible for. And I want to just thank him because he just did an amazing thing. Over $51,000 in funds raised through Kickstarter, because this is what he's doing. And I hope, John, that we can provide the example of what they will look like. It's just spiff and shiny and, you know, done the right way with the honor of the history. No big changes to what they originally were to be.
Beautiful work.
Thank you. Thank you. And I want to say, welcome, Uloa Elementary School 5th graders. And, you know, I know that these are moments where they can enjoy the history as well, but also to associate themselves with a fun icon and with something that has been invaluable to our history. I am so happy to be here with you. And guess what they're wearing? They're wearing giant sweep t-shirts. That means because of the great work of Public Works, they've taken the pledge. And that pledge is to honor as they grow up and as kids that they take care of their neighborhoods as well. So you've taken a really great pledge and you understand what giant sweep means. It's more than baseball, but it is using baseball and our World Series as an example. I want to thank our supervisors here because they also work not only to keep their neighborhoods clean and beautiful, but they also honor us with their appreciation for this bit of history that is part of our city's history. So thank you, Supervisor Tang, Supervisor Yee, for being here as well. Our city administrator and our Public Works director and their staffs are all here. And they are, of course, part of the magic. As Cammie said, they are the sculptures because it's their little inside talent that kind of pulled this off for me over 10 years ago when we said, look, we can utilize the skill sets of some of our city employees who actually rushed to do this and do it right. And they took their time when they did it and then they came back and says, by the way, that pole that you used to have next to the restaurant, that wasn't good enough. We have to have a sturdy pole, a pole that won't fall down when the winds get tough, and they can also honor this for a long, long time. And so they did that recently. I was out here and I said, Mohammed, Naomi, can we get a little facelift before the Valentine's Day? And they went off and did something. So you see, I think the product of what John Law will do the same with his heads is that it's perfection from artist's viewpoint, from a historian's viewpoint, and from neighborhood revitalization viewpoint. And this is why we're all out here. I like taking over this median strip once a year for Valentine's Day for the right reasons. But for all of our Doggie Diner enthusiasts, how about a happy Valentine's Day? So everyone, thank you for helping all of us revisit our history, appreciate our neighborhoods, appreciate art, appreciate icons and all the things it means to us. And while we can't take ourselves back in the old 1960s, we can certainly remember all the things that were good for it. If there are good things from that, why don't we also make sure we continue good things for our city today in the modern era as well. So thank you very much for sharing this moment to us. It's fun to be out here.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Mayor Lee. I want to mention also that there are snacks back there provided by Java Beach, so thank you, Java Beach, and commemorative posters for everyone to commemorate this amazing day. And next up, let's bring up Supervisor of this district, District 4, Katie Tang.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And good morning. Good morning, Yoloa. This is the class taught by my good friend, Mr. John Pong, over there. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Pong.
Hi. Well, welcome, everyone. I have the great pleasure of living down in this neighborhood, so I drive by this Doggie Diner every single day on my way home and also on my way to work. So thank you to everyone, not only DPW, but every person, every single one who takes care of all of the Doggie Diner heads. We in our office actually have a coloring book that we put together with some fun factoids about our Sunset District, put together by my aide Ashley Summers right here. And we actually feature the Doggie Diner head on there because it's such a cool part of our district. So we have some to pass out to everyone. And today I just want to again thank everyone for being here to celebrate. I've celebrated many Valentine's Day here with Mayor Lee, and wish everyone a very happy day. Thank you so much.
I want one of those coloring books, Katie. Don't give them all away. I stay in the lines now. So also on that side of the street is another supervisor district. It's District 7, and they share the glory of the Doggie Diner head. So next up, Supervisor Norman Yee.
Thank you. You know, I am so jealous that it's not on my side of the street. But I guess anybody that wants to come visit my district across the street to go to the zoo will get to see the dog head. And I want to say one thing, that the first Doggie Diner that opened in San Francisco came in 1949. And I want to say that that same year I was born, so I'll always remember this as a symbol of my now everybody knows how old I am. So I just want to really thank the kids from Yola to being here and helping to celebrate this momentous day and having this be put up. What do you think?
I like it a lot.
I like it.
There you go. There you go, right? You know, I went to several of the Doggie Diners in San Francisco. I can't remember actually seeing a head that beautiful. Good job, DPW. Thank you very much.
You know, a few minutes ago, someone told me that because these dogs are Manny, Mo, and Jack, and this dog doesn't have a name, but now that I know it shares a birthday with Supervisor Yee, maybe Norman would be a good name for this doghead. Just saying, just throwing it out there. All right, next up, our city administrator, Naomi Kelly. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. All right.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Yoloa Elementary School, I want to know who let the dogs out?
Me.
I just want to thank the
men and women of DPW, especially the steam fitters, and of Central Shops, the automotive painter. They were the team that worked on this restoration project, and they poured a lot of love and care into this. Doesn't she sparkle, or doesn't he sparkle?
Doesn't Norbert sparkle?
It's a great landmark here. As everyone knows, this Doggie Diner head was the advertisement for the Doggie Diner restaurant just a block away. And now it is a civic icon where people who live in this neighborhood get to enjoy this sparkling head. People who are coming to visit the San Francisco Zoo, or just people coming to Ocean Beach. We get to all enjoy this beautiful Doggie Diner head with a new fresh coat of paint and some tender love and care. We have a lot to celebrate today. Thank you.
So Naomi was just talking about kind of the history, and the mayor was also mentioning that Supervisor Yee was talking about the history. But now to get some real background on the Doggie Diner heads, we'll bring up Diana Scott, Ocean Beach Historical Society.
Thank you. Hi, I'm a neighborhood resident and co-founder of the Ocean Beach Historical Society, which was organized in 1999 to help a small neighborhood business owner, thank you, Silver Ballestero, try to get his restaurant lease back. And while we didn't quite succeed in saving that business, our campaign took off largely because of the Doggie Diner sign that we're here to celebrate today. It's fitting that this celebration is on V-Day, V for Valentine and V for victory. Both words are connected to love, to feelings of the heart. Why did the Doggie Diner head become an icon, a beloved symbol? First of all, because it's fun. The sign artist who designed it, the late great-hearted Harold Bachman, took pleasure in creating it for his boss, who founded the first Doggie Diner by the beach a block away. And Harold wanted to work for Walt Disney. That didn't happen, but he continued to make art, and that's a really important thing for you to remember. Have a high goal, but continue doing what you love. Many Bay Area residents loved the sign because it reminded them of picnics at the beach, visits to the zoo, and the pool that used to be where the zoo parking lot is now. Neighborhood residents and new visitors to this neighborhood love it because of the way it gets us to laugh on foggy and sunny days, and because we know it as the object of comic hero Zippy the Pinhead's affection. But the Doggie Diner sign became a symbol of another kind of love, of people for their neighborhood, of something in it worth fighting to save. The fight to save the Doggie Diner made front page news and stayed in the comic strips. People signed petitions, they picketed for it. We ate in at the restaurant that was a block away, including then Supervisor Gavin Newsom. Senator Leyland Yee, who was then running for supervisor, made it part of his campaign. People worked together to save something we loved and had fun doing it. Still, that wasn't quite enough, so Mother Nature gave the battle a push, and a windstorm toppled the dog, broke its nose April 1st, April Fool's Day, 2003. Something had to be done quickly, so Mayor Lee, who was then head of Public Works Department, got a team to do a nose job and paint job, and voila, it looks pretty much like it now looks restored. The moral is, don't give up on something you love or feel is right. Find other people who feel the same way, and together you can have victory and have fun. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. And speaking of someone who has been devoted and loves the Doggie Diner heads, you've probably noticed his Kickstarter campaign. He got a lot of coverage about it. The man who's been taking Manny, Mo, and Jack around on a flatbed truck for the last,
20 years.
20 years.
More.
The custodian of the dog heads, John Law.
All right, you guys. Thank you, Cammie, and thank you very much. And I really want to thank the city for doing an amazing job on the dog head. They've done it twice now. It's almost astonishing to me as a professional sign maker, because I am a professional sign maker, and the job that the city corporation yard did on this dog head is made it better and more beautiful and definitely shinier than it was when it first went up back in the 60s, and that's the truth. I'd like to say, when I first came to San Francisco, one of the very first things I saw was a Doggie Diner head. Okay, I took Bart over from Berkeley. I walked out of Bart, and I was walking down the street, and I realized many years later it was Mission and Army, or Mission and Cesar Chavez, and there was this dog head there. And I was a kid. This was a million years ago, and I looked up and I saw this thing, and I thought, wow, this place is crazy. Any place that could have something like this here is a place that I want to be. I want to be here. I mean, this thing's right here over a restaurant. They've got this giant, enigmatic dog head, and I kind of forgot about it. And many years later, I went in the sign industry. I ended up, by a series of fortuitous accidents, ending up with one of the dog heads, and ended up taking it around to parties and events that I was involved in at that time. Then I ended up with a second one. They propagated together like spontaneous generation. And then I ended up with a third one when my girlfriend found it in the newspaper being sold for $500. And we had three. And then we had what we call the Holy Trinity of the Dogminican Order. And we take them around for free to events. We've been doing it for 20 years and more. And we just recently did a Kickstarter campaign because it's expensive. These things are like 10 feet tall. They weigh 350 pounds. You've got to store them. The van that I haul them around in has got a big engine. It eats up the gas. So we did this Kickstarter. We raised enough money so that we're going to be able to completely restore the dog heads, the three that I have. We're going to try to do the best job humanly possible. I doubt we're going to do as good a job as the city did. And it's really, once again, a beautiful job. And we're going to have them rotating on the trailer deck. And we're going to continue to bring them around, me and my friends who volunteer their time to drive them, to parades and events in the city that we support. We don't charge money for it. We just bring them out when we can to things that are of value. And I just know when I came to San Francisco, seeing that dog head when I popped out of BART, right? First I went on this incredible science fiction ride and came out and saw that thing. And now 38 years later, you know, only in San Francisco can something like this happen. And make of that what you will, but only in San Francisco can you have something like a Doggie Diner. People realize the importance of the history and how something like this, which is originally a commercial icon, has transcended that commercial nature and become something else entirely that people connect with. And I hope you kids, were born a long time after the Doggie Diner, but your parents and your grandparents remember them. And it's part of their history. It's part of something. They'd go there after a ball game, have with their dad, and eat a hot dog or a Western burger, and they remember them. And so we're just trying to keep, the city's doing it. We're trying to do our part to help keep them in memory of San Franciscans, and as part of our interesting and completely unique history in this town and the Bay Area. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, so our final little comments are from the folks here at ULO School. Is there something you guys want to say to the doggie and everybody here? Come on over here. Come over here.
Yay!
What were you going to say?
Happy Valentine's Day.
On the count. 1, 2, 3.
Happy Valentine's Day! Dude, yeah!
All right, ULO School. Thank you all for coming. Thanks to DPW and all, of course, our dignitaries. Don't forget to pick up a commemorative poster, and there's snacks provided by Java Beach. Thank you for coming.